Sorry about moving the camera there. That was still going on when I started this video. Welcome here to the Sports Talk Network. I was actually just finishing up doing my due diligence, state my case thing for my whodunit Twitter game I'm part of. So yeah. Anyways, I was doing that. Now I was ready to talk to some WWE Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live. A good show, I would say, for both of them. Raw probably did better than SmackDown, but either way, I certainly did enjoy them both because WWE now on the road to Hell in a Cell, which I guess is already next Sunday. I didn't even know that. Hell in a Cell next Sunday already, so predictions will be next week already. Clackman hopefully and others will be joining me for that to predict Hell in a Cell, and then after that, shortly after or weeks later, we're going to already be predicting the Super Showdown in Melbourne, Australia, which is the beginning of October, and then at the end of October over here is Evolution. So we got Super Showdown, then Evolution to the beginning and end of October. But for now, here for the September pay-per-view, and the actual pay-per-view. No, so hopefully it goes well, and hopefully things work for that. I'm generally going to think it's going to be a good show. But anyway, let's talk about Monday Night Raw and everything that went down there with the Shield starting off the show and ending the show, starting off the show with Ziggler, Strowman, and Drew McIntyre clapping their gums, concurring that now Braun Strowman is a heel. The Shield ended up to have a face-to-face with the head of the team. And Baron Corbin, the acting general manager, flags down some wrestlers to get in between them, try to break it up. Shield do them and try to get a piece of this new trio team. So that was an interesting way to start up the show. You have the Shield being arrested by police officers, and then later on how they making bail. So that was interesting in its own right. But still, I kind of enjoyed, suspend my disbelief of the story they were telling in Monday Night Raw for the Shield and for the dispute of the Shield versus Braun, Drew, and Dolph. I think it's going to be a pretty dang good one. And part of it is you have Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre winning the Raw Tag Team Championships during Raw as well. So you have all that going on. At the end of Raw with Shield coming back with the paddy wagon, siren going off, and then all the heels on Monday Night Raw, all the other heels on the roster, to include, I guess, some an NXT or 205 Live star and some others as well. Many others, of course, but some others that were interesting ones there as well. And you also had Kevin Owens, who came back earlier in the night during a segment with Jinder Mahal and Bobby Lashley to attack Bobby Lashley. Why pick Bobby Lashley to attack? Why is he only gone 1 week when he quit, quote unquote, last week? I don't know, but it's certainly interesting. To say the least, that's who he targeted when he returned, let alone returning 1 week after he's saying he's quitting WWE. So I thought that payoff was going to be better. That we would write it better for Kevin Owens whenever he would return. Whether that be Hell in a Cell, and I know some would say that's still too short of a time. Some are even thinking if they really want to play around with it, have Kevin Owens attend, show up, and be at All In as Kevin Steen, and just fuck it up there and go crazy and do things and interrupt a match or cut a promo. Who knows? That would have been entertaining and interesting if that did happen. If I actually did see All In. It's a good show. But Kevin Owens coming back like 1 week later, not making too much sense there for me. And I certainly hope, however that goes moving forward, that's a good payoff. But yeah, that's pretty much around in a nutshell. You have Boston Health Connection doing the thing. Lots of Bliss looking a little bit different, but still awesome and lovely. Former Raw Women's Champion, who faced Natalya, got the win there. At the Super Showdown, you're going to have the Bella Twins and Rousey face the Riot Squad. So that's going to be interesting in its own right. I still wonder if there's going to be tag team titles announced for the women's division, for Evolution, or later thereafter. I don't know. I would hope so, but who knows? So I don't know. So, but we'll certainly see. So, I guess unfortunately, my team members, to include a semi-team member right now, Clockman, is unable to join me here tonight. Football starting, other things are going on, I'm sure, for them. Clockman probably watching Impact Wrestling. That's all cool and understandable there. But overall, Raw was okay and had its votes, especially the beginning and ending of the show. So I thought that mixed with some other things during the show, not too snazzy. Sorry, I'm just looking at my phone because like I said, I'm playing that Who Done It game Twitter version at 2018. Who Done It? Sorry, checking things. SmackDown Live, Daniel Bryan. I think the mixed tag match being the number one feud, even over the W Championship to some. As good as Joe is and as awesome as the Samoa Joe AJ Styles match is going to be at the pay per view. I see this Daniel Bryan, Brie Bella versus Miz and Maurice. Now, Brie Bella was in a match on Raw. Her and her sister facing the Riot Squad. Brie trying to put suicide dives and not really working out for her. Trying to be like her husband in that way, and it just didn't, unfortunately. But then on SmackDown Live, you had Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella in the middle of the ring, interview with Renee Young. Renee Young shows the clip of Miz and Maurice calling them out earlier in the day to an empty stadium, empty arena. And then said they were going to go to dinner and blah, 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 and go from there. But yeah, sorry, just replying to people. But hopefully things are good there because I really am going to enjoy and looking forward to the mixed tag match. I do think Brie and Daniel are going to win. With the Miz getting the win in the one-on-one contest. So, anyways, then you had your Delcy and Almas and Zelina Vega interrupting, almost trying to say something, and that didn't really go over well. I don't know, just language barrier, or just what he was saying, or if he was mumbling when I was here earlier in this video, this episode. But either way, Zelina tried to save the segment or moment there, but either way, we have another Cien Almas versus Daniel Bryan match, and Cien Almas kind of getting a rub. They're facing Daniel Bryan twice in a row. His first match on the brand of SmackDown Live, I believe, was with AJ Styles, the champion, and still current champion, of course. So there'll be plans for Cien Almas and for SmackDown Live. Maybe in the future of SmackDown Live, the mainstays there. Maybe he'll even win the Royal Rumble. He could, right? 30 superstars, anybody can win. Can he have Heath Slater get the win? Who knows? But either way, I'm looking forward to how that goes. Also, we had the announcement of Mixed Match Challenge. Mega Classic started. There's a lot of cool things going on in the news world as well. Big announcements there. I'm looking forward to the Mixed Match Challenge. Let me see if I can remember these off the top of my head because I'm not looking at anything. But the list of it, actually, what I'm looking here on my phone is for whodunit stuff. Rusev and Lana, Sasha Banks, Bobby Lashley, Miz and Asuka, Carmella, R-Truth, Bailey and Finn Balor, Naomi and Uso. I think that's it. Oh, Braun and Bliss. Little Miss Bliss is back. I think that'd be it for all the teams. But either way, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to predict right now Little Miss Bliss and Braun Strowman. Team Little Big going to win this time. I thought they should have won last year, or last time, which is earlier this year, a calendar year. I know they should have won then. But with Asuka's streak technically being on the line with the Mixed Match Challenge, so I didn't think it should be, because that's just like a fun thing in a sense for charity that they were doing. But it was, so people automatically knew that they were going to win, Miz and Asuka. So, okay, cool to see them back, but they're not going to be winning this time. Hopefully not. But wish you good luck to all of them. I'm looking forward to that. The start of the Mixed Match, or start of the Mae Young Classic was awesome. All 4 matches pretty dang good. Rhea Ripley doing awesome as well. So I really am enjoying that already and looking forward to seeing how things go moving forward. I know some spoilers, but not a lot. I know it's already been wrapped up and taped for all of it, all the way to the finals being announced, because the finals aren't happening until Evolution. That's when the finals are happening. The final contest to be the champion of the 2nd annual Mae Young Classic. Also, I used to still say Miss Elizabeth Women's Battle Royal is what it should be called for WrestleMania, for the women's one. Just saying. But anyways, that's pretty much it for Raw and SmackDown as a talk. But also for SmackDown Live, we had to bring up Samoa Joe, AJ Styles brawling it out, which in its own right is awesome, interesting. Yeah, overall, it's pretty much it for wrestling news and wrestling stuff. Like I said, if my co-host or amigo or others were able to join tonight, definitely be talking about a lot more things. But yeah, good show, good things. Looking forward to next week. Like I said, though, when I am doing this one-on-one, unfortunately, the episode is over a little bit, not because of the other person's fault. It's all on me. Should be more prepared for that. But I was focusing on the whodunit game I'm doing on Twitter and all the other stuff. So just a quick crash course on what happened around SmackDown and then the Mixed Match Challenge and Mae Young Classic. I still say Becky Lynch is going to be a good heel. I do say that Bayley should be the one to go heel whenever they do actually have that feud between her and Banks. Because that should happen at some point. You would think, right? You would think. But I know Kleckman was talking about that suicide dive and Bobby Lashley's talk and all that other stuff. Yeah, that was. She needs to practice that more. Sure, she needed to practice that more beforehand, before her match on Raw with her sister. But it be what that be. But otherwise, unfortunately, that should be it for this Raw review. And for this episode of Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Trying to think if there's other news and notes to bring up, but not much that I could think of. So instead of having dead air and not having anything to say, I'll bid you all adieu. And I'm looking forward to the Mixed Match Challenge. My prediction is Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, Team Little Big. Oh, also AJ Styles and Charlotte Flair are part of that too. The champions. How do I forget them? How do I forget the lovely Charlotte Flair? But also Mandy Rose, you're on my radar, such a thing. Just saying. But anyways, hope you all have a great rest of your evening. If you want to check out and support your boy, support Steve, on my Twitter game that I'm part of, the whodunit game, you can follow the game's Twitter handle at 2018 whodunit. Follow me on my personal handle at army_strong_06, hashtag Team Complete, and welcome to support me in a tweet or follow along. Put notifications on for that Twitter handle. Not mainly mine, but more so the show's when it does go on, because it'll be happening again tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, I believe, and going from there. So certainly looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. I already stated my case in my little video, 4-minute video of what I think happened in the first murder and how and what happened and leading up to it and blah 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 like that. So hopefully I do well. And like I said, people are welcome to tune in at 2018 Whodunit on Twitter because it is a Twitter game, and they will be starting to tweet and continuing the show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central there. So go there, follow, ring the bell in a sense there, put notifications on that Twitter handle. You're also supposed to, and welcome to, ring the bell here on this YouTube channel. Know when my videos go live. That's the part of notification squad is. Know when I go live and check all my videos out as well. I'll be back next week for predictions. So hopefully Clackman, Mark Rambo, Machi Mikey, maybe even Kyron. I know he's probably won't be able to, but maybe Kyron will be able to give his predictions in, or he'll write them in, and I'll just share them on the live air. I don't know. However, but anyways, hope you all have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your tomorrow. I will be back next week for Talking Packers with Steve, as the NFL season is actually underway. I had a little bit of a delay due to weather situations there. But the first drive of the Falcons, the Eagles stopped them on the one. Now the Eagles have the ball, I think, last time I checked. But yeah, I'll be back for that. I won't be doing Raw SmackDown Live reviews, at least on individual review episodes. I'll be keeping them to the Ramble to talk with me and my team, or just me and Clockman, me and whoever on here, more in depth. And I promise that will be in depth next week. We'll do the reviews. We'll predict the pay-per-view. Clockman and others want to talk about, we can talk about Mixed Match Challenge again and Mae Young Classic results. That's fine too. Get their thoughts on it. I know it might be old news as it pertains to me kind of talking about it here today, but still good to hear other people's opinion on air, let alone hearing their opinion on Twitter and other social medias or on their own YouTube channels. But yes, go follow Clackman on Twitter at Clackoff. He's on his YouTube channel, Clackman. Raunchy Mikey, just follow him on Twitter at Raunchy Mikey. Search Raunchy Mikey on YouTube. I'm sure he'll be doing his videos here soon. He is a busy bee, being engaged and working hard, making that money. Mark Rambo at Mark is Rambo on Instagram. Live like Ram, MLFGO or something like that. Mark Rambo on YouTube. Just search that and find his videos. Find his channel. It's awesome. There at Kyron, Special Kyron on Twitter. Kyron Chase on YouTube. Check out his videos. I don't know when the next time he'll be able to post or want to post on his own channel, but that's his business. And I know he's in college, getting settled in. Hope all everything's going well, bud. Welcome to send pictures if you want of your dorm, of other cool stuff that you wish to share. Always thinking of you, bud. We're always with you wherever you go, as much as the reverse. So I was looking at the football game. Looks like they're checking something. Oh, incomplete. The Falcons, I guess, have the ball back and driving down and got a field goal. So the Falcons are up 3-0 as of right now. So again, I'll bid you all do again and hope you all. I hope to see you all next week. Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Next week we're talking Packers with Steve. Tuesday and Thursday respectively. Tuesday and Thursday now, respectfully. And above all else, as always, take care.